Hello, random people who clicked on this video. My name is Mr. Rage. Now, I'm not sure if you guys already heard about the Dead by Daylight drama that is currently taking place, but Dead by Daylight and the horror genre itself is officially under attack by both woke culture and the transgender community. So, for those of you who don't know what the fuck I am talking about, fear not, as I am here to explain in tonight's discussion video. Now, before I say anything, why is a game like Dead by Daylight under fire by woke culture as well as the trans community? Because this is a game that has an incredible amount of LGBTQ influence already. Not only do a lot of members of the LGBTQ community play this game, but there are also LGBTQ things in Dead by Daylight itself. For example, one of the survivors, or the characters in the game, which I guess you could say, David King, one of the survivors in the game, is actually confirmed by the devs themselves to be gay. So there is a gay character in Dead by Daylight. There are also pride charms that survivors can wear on their cosmetics, as well as pride charms that the killer can put on their hooks. So this game already has a ton of LGBTQ influence, and yet the game is now under fire by the exact people that the developers are actively supporting in their game. And this shit pisses me the fuck off. Okay, the LGBTQ community in general does things that piss me off, especially woke culture, but this right here, this has got my blood boiling like lava in a fucking volcano, because these are developers that have been supporting the LGBTQ community for a very long time now, and now the game is under fire just for something that woke culture is claiming is transphobic, even though it's not. Now, let me explain real quick. Why is the game transphobic? Well, for those of you who don't know, the newest killer of Dead by Daylight recently came out. This horrifying abomination who for some reason looks somewhat similar to my little brother, which is really freaky. This guy right here, or thing, the unknown. By the way, this thing does not even have a gender. For those of you who don't know, this thing literally has no gender. This is not a male or a female.
No,
Oh god. Okay, so the first thing I want to say real quick, I actually want to give my thoughts on this killer real quick, because we're not trying to be completely negative in this video, although this is kind of a rant video. This thing is scary as fuck. This has got to be, without a doubt, one of the scariest killers to enter Dead by Daylight since the Dredge. The newest killer entering the fog is definitely some of Behavior's finest work, and I just want to give a huge round of applause to Behavior for their design team, as well as even the lore of this thing. Like, I am a massive fan of... Oh god. Oh my god. I am a massive fan of... His twitching is scaring the fuck out of me right now. I am a huge fan of cryptic killers. Like, I love cryptic killers, like killers with cryptic backstories as well as cryptic folklore like elements, and this killer is like a wet dream for me. This is literally everything I have wanted in a killer. His power kind of pisses me off. Like, I'm not really good with his power yet, but I'm getting there. I might upload a couple of gameplay videos later today doing some kill your friends with my buddies if they'll actually join. So yeah. Now, why does this killer make Dead by Daylight transphobic? And why is it so offensive? Oh my god, this game is so offensive towards the poor trans community. This game deserves to be canceled. Oh my god, like, oh my god, this game is so transphobic. It's so transphobic, I'm literally in tears. I can't wait to go on fucking X and complain to all my friends about how transphobic this horrible, horrible game is. Oh my god. I'm so offended. I'm actually so offended. I think I'm gonna cry. I'm so offended. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Suck my motherfucking dick. Okay. Now, this thing has a voice, as you just saw, and for whatever fucking reason, Behavior decided to hire a transgender voice actor to voice this new killer. First of all, I have no idea why they even wanted to make such a stupid choice, because let's be honest, we all know that transgenders are extremely and easily offended by things that are not even remotely transphobic towards them. But the thing about most transgenders, not speaking for all transgenders, but for the transgenders, like the one who is accusing this game of being transphobic, transgenders like that are extremely insecure. I think their name is Alexander something, Zoe Alexander. I think that's their name. I'm not sure, whatever. But transgenders like that are extremely insecure about things that are not even transphobic. Now, this killer has some very terrifying cosmetics. Let's take a look at some of them, shall we? If the fucking thing will load. Okay. Now, the thing about this killer is every single time it kills someone, it can also steal their form. Like, the trans person who voiced this fucking killer clearly does not actually read the lore or play video games, because if they did, they would know that this thing having a female-like appearance is literally part of its lore, because every single time this thing kills someone, whether a man or a woman, it can take their form. As you can see, there is a male version where it looks more like a male, and then there is a female version, as well as this, oh god, this fucking thing right, this thing actually gets under my skin. Like, there has not been a killer to enter Dead by Daylight for a while that has actually creeped me the fuck out like this guy does, or this thing, because like I said, this thing does not have a gender. It's just like the Dredge. Dredge is also a genderless killer, just like the Demogorgon from Stranger Things. This killer does not even have a gender in the first place. So the fact that this transgender voice actor is accusing this killer of apparently appealing to transphobic people, that right there is one of the most retarded things I have heard in 2024. If I even hear something in 2024 that is as retarded as what I heard this fucking voice actor say, I will probably kill myself, because I cannot take the stupidity of others anymore. If you have such stupid and unfactual thoughts that are literally based on your hurt feelings instead of actual facts, can you please not fucking share them in the first place, because I and many others don't want to fucking hear it. Now, the reason why I say hurt feelings is because I know why the voice actor who voiced this thing feels the way that they do, because they are very insecure. A Twitter user basically said that this killer looks like a freak in a dress. And that is most likely the reason why the voice actor who voiced this thing feels the way that they do, because they probably think that that's how others may see them, a freak in a dress. They think, the voice actor thinks, Alexander, whatever the fuck their name is, they think that this thing is a toxic and discriminative representation of a transgender person, because this is basically a monster wearing a dress, but it is also obviously fucking deformed. It's terrifying looking. But I have a question. The voice actor who voiced this thing, do you actually look like this? Like, are your bones all twisted like, and are you a twisted looking fucking monster? No. So why would you assume that this is some kind of toxic representation of you or any other transgender just because it's wearing a fucking dress? That is the most pathetic thing I have ever fucking heard. I mean, these are the same group of transgenders that were doxing streamers offline for playing Hogwarts Legacy because they assumed that that game was transphobic as well. And that's the thing about these kinds of transgenders. They will assume something is transphobic even if it literally isn't. It's only transphobic if they say it is. If they say it's transphobic, then it's transphobic because they're transgender and they know what transphobia is, even though they clearly fucking don't. The lore of this monster is it literally kills people and can take their form similar to how a skinwalker can take the form of an animal. And the reason why it looks like this, all twisted and shit, is because it's supposed to be scary. It's a fucking monster. What do you want it to look like? A normal fucking human being? It's a fucking monster. And you think just because it's a monster wearing a dress, and just because you voiced it, that means that's a toxic representation or a discriminative representation of a trans person. That is the most pathetic thing I have ever heard in my entire fucking life. And like I said earlier, the only reason why these people are thinking like this is because they're insecure. They see themselves like this because they assume that that's how others may see them, a freak in a dress. And it's okay to feel insecure. It's okay to have those thoughts. But they're poisonous thoughts. If you actually think that this thing is some kind of representation of a transgender, I'd say that that's actually transphobic, assuming that this thing is supposed to be some kind of representation of a transgender. Now that's actually transphobic. So the fact that woke culture and all the other crybabies on X are saying that this is some kind of transphobic appeal to transphobies for the monster wearing a fucking dress, that's actually transphobic. To me, that's actually transphobic because obviously no one looks like this, especially transgenders. Transgenders still look, well, for the most part, they still look like normal people, at least sometimes. And even if they don't look completely normal, they still don't look like this fucking abomination. This thing is a twisted fucking abomination. There is no way in hell that no transgender would ever look like this. So assuming that this is transphobic just because it's wearing a dress, that is fucking pathetic. Like, I can't even wrap my brain around that. There's literally male versions as well. There's male cosmetics for this thing as well. It literally has no gender. This is an entity that can take the form of its victims that it has killed. These people don't even read the fucking lore of the characters that they voice. And the fact that Behavior even hired you to do the voice acting work, you should feel fucking proud of that. You got an easy job and made some money for it, and now you still gotta complain about it. All you fucking do is complain, complain, complain. That's all most of these woke-ass motherfuckers and these trans-asshole motherfuckers do. All they do is fucking complain, complain, complain. They make assumptions about what they think is transphobic, even if it literally fucking isn't. You assume most things that aren't transphobic are transphobic because you are insecure. You think anything that is even slightly transphobic in your eyes, you're just like, oh yeah, this is transphobic. This is transphobic, and I feel discriminated. I'm offended. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. No one gives two fucks about your bitch ass. Stop fucking complaining about shit. Do you even know what actual transphobia is? Because I don't think you do. There is not a single thing about this killer that is even remotely transphobic in the slightest. You just made that assumption because you're too insecure to know what's actually transphobic and what isn't. The only thing that you see as transphobic is what hurts your feelings. If it hurts your feelings, then yeah, it's transphobic. I'm a transgender, and this is transphobic, and I'm gonna go on fucking X and complain about it to everyone, because that's what I'm gonna do. Because that's what all my transgender friends do. We go on fucking Twitter, and we complain, and we talk about how offended we are, and how transphobic everything is. Everything is so transphobic. You're transphobic. God is transphobic. The government is transphobic. The fucking homeless person who tried to rape me is transphobic. Everything is so transphobic. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You have no idea what actual transphobia even is, you stupid fucking pathetic moron. And for all the other transgender people who are going to be attacking Dead by Daylight now because of this, usually I don't defend this game, but if you people attack this game for something that isn't even transphobic, there will be fucking consequences. This is why actual people become transphobic, because of shit like this. Because transgenders are always fucking complaining about things that should not be complained about. Because this isn't transphobic. How does that make any fucking sense? It's a monster wearing a dress, and you think just because you voiced it, because you're transgender, it's some kind of toxic representation of you. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Grow some fucking balls. Actually, wait, that's right. You don't even have balls anymore because you probably cut them off. Or you want to forget you even had any because you're a woman now. You know, you're a transgender. You're a woman now. You're not a man anymore. You're a woman now. Yeah, just keep dealing yourself with that dumb fucking bullshit. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this rant video. I haven't done one of these for a while, but for the fucking voice actor who is claiming that this shit is transphobic, all I'm gonna say is grow the fuck up. Respectively. Grow the fuck up. Get over yourself, because you are a fucking idiot. Just because you think that others may see you as some kind of freak in a dress or a freak in general because you're transgender, that's on you. Okay, if you're that insecure, then that's on you. I mean, you literally made the choice of becoming a transgender, and now you can't even stay confident in yourself? Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I definitely did. It's been a while since I ranted about something like this. But, yeah, if you stuck by till the end, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, y'all. Peace.